waiting for the new equipment to come in.
We'll let you know when we start moving them on. How we're going, all right?
No politicians in our division.
Exactly where, I'm not sure. We'll certainly be down there to help everybody out. So.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, let's go, because they're about to start. Rebecca's about to go. Say thank you to the guys.
Oh, not again.
Maybe you'll see them in the service. Maybe that would be a colonel someday.
Channel 3's presentation of Somerville's 150th birthday celebration. My name is Tony Ciccarello, and I'm here with my co-host, Pat Berg. Pat, it's a beautiful day. There's a lot of excitement in the air and a lot of anticipation.
Oh, it's absolutely crazy here, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. It's really, we have clowns down the street and the army up the street, and it's just going crazy here and enjoying every minute of it. And the weather certainly cooperated, Tony. It's really going to be something that Somerville has never seen before. The weather's gorgeous, the excitement is building, and we have some wonderful groups and floats and organizations here participating in our parade. Tony, you got anything to add to this wonderful day?
Absolutely. The parade will be starting at the City Hall concourse and going down Highland Ave, through Davis Square, up Holland Street, and through Teele Square to the reviewing stand at Clarendon Hill. Pat, there's a lot of atmosphere here right now. You can see a lot of hustle and bustle, people getting ready.
Yeah.
There are parade equipment and trucks and police cars. How do you feel about today?
Oh, I'm really enjoying myself. I'm just so excited to be here. I just have to admit, I'm just a person who loves a parade, and I can see this is going to be a really good one. I just saw Laurel and Hardy, and they promised to come over and say hello to us, and a clown captured me as I walked down the street.
Pat, I'd like to remind our viewing audience that this is one of 2 remote cast booths during the parade. We are here located at the corner of Highland Ave and School Street, and we have co-hosts Regina Pisa and Allison Mills at the Western Junior High Holland Street. The parade route is all down Highland Ave, through Davis Square, Holland Street, Teele Square, and down to the viewing stand on Broadway. Pat, we know that a lot of time and effort has gone into this. There's been a lot of activities to get monies to sponsor today's parade. Can you tell us some of the activities that the 150th committee planned to get money so that this parade wouldn't cost the city any money?
And that's the truth. The city has not spent one dime to put this parade together. And the thanks to go out to so many people that we couldn't possibly list them. But some of the other events that have taken place in our celebration of our 150th birthday is that there was a big 150th birthday at the Somerville High School field house back in the spring. I know I was in attendance there, and it was sponsored by many of the corporations and businesses in the city. And then we had a birthday party in the Aldermanic Chambers. We had a logo contest in which we chose the winner at that particular event, and here is the design.
We're wearing our badges,
which are for sale at the mayor's office and in other locations around the city, and every dime that you spend goes towards contributing towards our 150th celebration.
I think it's important also to mention, Pat, that this logo has also been imprinted on T-shirts, sweatshirts, and bumper stickers, and whatever monies are raised, as Pat said, do go towards defraying the costs of the celebration of our 150th anniversary as a city and separating from Charlestown. Pat, when we're talking about fundraising, we emphasize that all of that is going on today has come about through the fundraising efforts of the 150th committee.
Yes.
They have sponsored many different events. It's also important to note that the business community and what they have done for the 150th and the amount of effort and support that they've given us. Today's Grand Marshal is Major General John J. Sheehan. He is the Grand Marshal of today's parade. He is a Major General in the U.S. Marine Corps. He was born in Somerville in 1940. He graduated from nearby Boston College with a bachelor's degree in English. He has been a local who has done quite well for himself in the armed forces. We have seen the Major General here before when Somerville had a welcome back ceremony for our Desert Shield veterans. The Major was here to offer congratulations to our local troops, to our local men and women who participated in Desert Shield, and it's a great honor for the city to have him here today. At this point in time, we will be breaking shortly to our remote control booth at Holland Street to Regina Pisa and Allison Mills, who will pick up the parade and give you some information from down there.
Celebrating Somerville's 150th anniversary parade. I am Allison Mills from the Office of Communications in Somerville, here with Regina Pisa, who is the president of the Somerville Museum. We are in front of the Tufts Administration Building, and quite a large crowd has already started to gather. We expect that the parade will probably reach us perhaps in about 15 minutes. We're looking forward to the parade. We know it's already started, and by the sights of things here on Highland Ave, people are also very excited about it coming down the street. And now we're going to Susan Barrett for a live report on the street.
Hi, I'm Susan Barrett, and we're here on Holland Street awaiting the arrival of the first few floats in the parade. I'm here with two longtime Somerville residents, Irene Donovan and Jim Campano. Irene? Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good. I wanted to say happy 150th anniversary to Somerville and say hello to all my friends in Somerville. Also, my friends at the bullpen. Hey, Jimmy, where's our pizzas? You said you were going to bring them to us.
We're no kidding. Jim?
Oh, I just want to say this is a great day for a parade. It looks, sun's out, and it looks really good. As a longtime resident, this is one of the best parades we've had in quite a while, I understand. I haven't seen, the Memorial Day parade has been watered down in the last 10 or 15 years, so this should be a good treat for all of us. I remember when everybody would be out here, and there were a lot of crowds, and today seems to be in that tradition. The streets are quite lined with quite a few people.
They are. It is. It's going to be a great time, so come on down and join us.
Happy birthday, Somerville.
Happy birthday.
We hope that you'll join us for this parade. We expect that it will hit Holland Street perhaps in about 15 minutes, and we'd love for you to come down and join us here.
Hi, I'm Larry, this is Lindsay, and this is Laura. We're having a good time at the Somerville 50-year parade. It's a great day for it, and maybe you want to say hi? No? Want to say hi? Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Hi, this is Irene Donovan. I'm here at the parade. I'm here with Christine, and who's this?
My nephew, Robbie.
Hi, Robbie. Say hi to Somerville. Say hi. Hi. Yep, he's here to celebrate the parade like all the rest of us. And are you a Somerville resident, Christine?
Yes, I am, and so is he.
How long have you lived in Somerville?
17 years.
Yeah. Have you seen many changes happen in this area? You work at the American Pharmacy?
Mm-hmm. Well, Davis Square's been getting a lot better, and with the parks and everything's turned out really well. Especially the mural at the Pot House School, and that's really pretty.
Great day for a parade.
It's a great day for a parade.
Robbie, you going to say goodbye to Somerville? Bye. Wave to Joe. See you later.
Regina, one of the things that I heard when I first came to Somerville was that the reason Somerville is called Somerville is because people just liked the way it sounded. Any truth to that rumor?
Well, Allison, there seems to have been a number of reasons why Somerville was called Somerville. In the 1900s, the Somerville Historical Society was commissioned to do a report on where Somerville got its name. After a few years of very extensive research, it determined that the name was simply a fanciful name. There are a number of theories that have been espoused for why Somerville has been called Somerville. One of them is that there was a naval commander whose name was Somerville. Another was that it was Governor Winthrop's summer home, or summer villa, was in Somerville. And finally, there was the theory that it was simply a fanciful name, which I think is what people think has won out. Originally, Somerville was supposed to be called Walford, and at the very last minute, plans were changed and the city's name was changed to Somerville. And that's a name that we've held ever since 1842 very proudly.
Michael, now in retrospect, do you think it was a good idea to separate from Charlestown 150 years ago?
Sure. We wish we had taken the rest of Charlestown with us.
Might not have been a bad idea, right?
Well, they're good people over there, and we have nothing against Charlestown today. Maybe 150 years ago they did. We'd take them in a minute.
I understand from back then that it was the taxes, like always, the reason why cities separates. They didn't want to pay Charlestown any more money.
Well, they didn't think they were getting their money's worth, I guess, but hopefully you all think you're getting your money's worth today. The way I look at Somerville is it's a place that welcomes people with open arms, and it's a place where people can raise a family and maintain the values that the city has held for 100 years. Wave after wave of immigrants have come here and been welcome and grown and prospered and have actually in Somerville accomplished the American dream. And I think that's hopefully the same thing that we'll be saying 100 years from now.
Again, we're very excited here. We know that an awful lot of work went into this.
They did a great job.
The 150th committee has spent a lot of time. Can you comment and give us some thoughts on the amount of work that went into this and the people who contributed so much?
It was immense. I can't even begin to tell you how difficult it was. They've been working on this thing now for well over 6 months, and it's just the number of people. Just take a look at all the people with clipboards and that are just working, and it's not easy putting something like this together. I can't even begin to tell you how hard they've been working and how well coordinated they are.
Any last thoughts before you begin your long march down to Clarendon Hill?
I just hope I'm not walking behind the horses, but no, I think it's going to be a great day. I hope everybody comes out and has a wonderful event.
Okay, thanks very much. Thank you. Enjoy the day.
Have a good walk.
I think what we have waiting to join us is one of the organizers and leaders of the 150th celebration to help put this all together, and that's Sandy Dumas from the mayor's office. Sandy, you want to come on in and join us? Sandy, maybe you can give us some background on how this all came to be way back when you first started to discuss having a parade.
Well, at the first meeting for the 150th, we had volunteers come in to be on the committee, and we want to have a parade. We didn't think we'd be able to do it. We got plenty of help from all the local businesses donating money. We had several fundraisers, and we were able to come up with the money and started planning for the parade. We went into Boston parades, Medford parade, Everett's parade, and grabbed different bands there and spoke to them and gave them information, and they all contacted us.
Thinking back, it was a lot of work, wasn't it?
It was a lot of work.
But today's worth it. We've lucked out and have a beautiful day.
Beautiful, beautiful day. We're all set. We're ready to start marching. Everybody's lined up. Everybody's here. We're ready to go.
Okay, that's great, Sandy. We thank you for taking time out from your crazy day and to come over and talk to us. We really appreciate it. Good luck.
Thank you, Sandy.
Enjoy yourselves.
Congratulations and doing a great job.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. And that was Sandy Dumas, like I said, the mayor's office. She has been running this along with John L. Sullivan. There he is.
We've asked John L. Sullivan
Come on in, John. Come on in. Oh, he's broke the tape.
How we doing?
John, come on, sit down. How are you doing?
This is John L. Sullivan, who has handled all of the commotion out there today. That loud voice you've heard yelling, that's him.
All right, we're just underway right now. We're a couple minutes behind because we got a vehicle in the way. Everybody's all set. We're being represented by every group in the city. We love them, the Shriners, the veterans, the police, the fire, the schools, the communities, military, everybody. It's going to be a beautiful day, and now I've got to go to work.
John, just one last thing. I'm sure that everyone echoes these sentiments, Pat, and the community. Thank you for a very fine job.
Thank all the people that are out here working today, the DPW employees, the coordinators, the mayor, everybody that's been here to do this and put it together.
We have, John. Thank you.
Strike up
Have
the music
fun
when they come by.
That was John L. Sullivan. Again, he has been working a tremendous amount of hours organizing all of this, and he has done one heck of a job.
Can you tell us about yourself and who you are?
Well, my name is William Manchester. I'm from Davis Square, Somerville, originally.
Oh, great, a local.
Yeah, and I'm with the Shrine Oriental Band. And we enjoyed the fact that we're having a 150th anniversary.
Well, we're very proud and happy that the Shriners are here today. Your reputation precedes you as a fun group in the key, and the parade has just gotten started, ladies and gentlemen. They're moving down the street.
Right. Thank you very much.
Thank
you for joining us.
Bye.
Okay. That was the Somerville police escort that is making its way, followed by the
Deputy Chief's car.
Chief of Deputy Chief's car, Somerville Fire Department.
Here comes some of the fire engines who are going to get us started here.
Mr. Barkley, and Mr. Crispo, and Mr. Matera. Hello, Mr. Foley.
Ladies and gentlemen, shortly approaching will be the Grand Marshal, Major General John J. Sheehan, United States Marine Corps, with a military escort of Marines. This is quite an impressive sight here, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll let you look at it now.
Yeah. There goes the general. He is cuts quite a figure, doesn't he, Tony?
Yes, he does, and he's a very nice individual whom we had the opportunity to meet earlier. His mother still lives in Somerville, and he takes a great deal of pride in Somerville and in his roots here.
Here comes his mother now in the white car. Here comes John L. and Sandra just doing their job.
Here comes Division I honoree. This is sponsored by Boston Edison and Somerville Hospital. This is the, I believe this is the
Marine Corps band.
Yes, it is.
Let's listen.
Coming up is Michael E. Capuano, White Barbara.
There he is.
And we have a contingent of former mayors, Eugene Brune.
Here's Eugene Brune, the most recent past mayor of Somerville.
Followed by, in the car, Larry Bretter and his wife, Joan Bretter.
Nice car, an Etzel, huh?
Absolutely, it's an Etzel.
I don't know why they didn't take it.
One of the things that we wanted to point out. The Etzels in this parade, we believe, were manufactured at the Somerville Ford plant.
Which is now the Assembly Square
And next
Mall.
we have honoree
Harry Ellis
Dixon, Associate Conductor of the Boston Pops.
I would like to turn it now to Susan Barrett, who's interviewing the mayor, Capuano.
You want to say something?
Oh, there we are. Hi, happy birthday. Gotta go.
Gotta run. Thank you.
That was Mayor Michael Capuano passing by us just now. Coming up, we have Harry Ellis Dixon. Graduated from Somerville High School in 1925. He is the associate conductor of the Boston Pops right now, and he told me that he received much of his influence from his high school days at Somerville High School, so that's sort of an interesting bit of Somerville trivia.
Allison, Harry Ellis Dixon has always been a big supporter of Somerville and the Somerville High School music events that occur. For the Somerville Hospital's 100th birthday, Harry Ellis Dixon came and spent the evening hosting a special night at the Pops, at the Boston Pops.
He's certainly a very talented performer.
carrying what is really quite a moving black tarp, collecting what looks to be donations from various members on the side streets.
Somerville certainly has a rich military history dating probably all the way back to before the Revolutionary War. I know that Paul Revere rode through here.
He did.
Okay, we have a contingent of military police here.
As much of a gap as more money, all right?
And here comes the Somerville Highlanders cheer.
When I naturally have to cheer for them, as all three of my daughters were Somerville High cheerleaders, and my daughter Melissa is now the coach of the junior varsity cheerleaders, and they're just wonderful. It's all right.
And of course we'll be switching shortly to Allison and Regina, and we have the Home First Charitable Corporation who's sponsoring the Somerville High School Band. The kids really came out early to try to get together to play in today's parade. They had short notice as well as their teachers, but they've done a great job. We're very proud of them. Come out and say hello to them and cheer them on.
And thanks again to Home First for being there for our Somerville High School Band. And again, that's what Somerville's all about, isn't it, Tony?
They are wearing Home First t-shirts. That's a local charitable organization. We'll tell you more about it later. Let's listen to the music.
State Senator Charlie Shannon coming by with a nice banner and some folks.
And there's a correspondent.
Okay, we're going to go now up to the Tab Building, or Western Junior High, and
graduate.
let our cohorts take over for a little while. Over to you, Regina.
And Allison.
Somerville was once part of Charlestown, and on March 3rd, 1842, we separated from Charlestown, and what was then a very momentous period. For those of you who've only known Somerville as a very urban area, back in 1842, Somerville was in fact very rural. It was a community known for its pastures, its orchards, and lots of farmland. Well, as I speak, we look to see the SHS band coming down the street.
And actually, the Somerville High School Band calls to mind Harry Ellis Dixon, one of our honorees, who was himself a part of Somerville High School's musical curriculum when he was there in the 1920s, and his influence on Boston music is certainly an impressive influence.
There go the SHS Highlanders.
Coming up, we have Home First Charitable Corporation. Home First is actually a nonprofit organization which raises and donates money to various Somerville charities, and they've been quite active over the past year, and they've had a very impressive history, and we hope that they continue to raise money for these very worthy causes.
Honoring former members of the Somerville community for their work in the community, and through that dinner raise monies to donate to various.
Now we have incumbent Republican Senator Charlie Shannon marching down the street, waving and looking to the crowd. He is unopposed in Tuesday's primary, but he will face perhaps Joe Mackey, Sal Albano, or another candidate. And
Here come the Somerville elected officials. We have coming down the street our Board of Aldermen, followed by Dot Gray.
Let's see, who do we have here from the Board of Aldermen? We have
Grace Abruzio,
Helen Corrigan,
Joe Macaluso,
Richard Johnson, Kenny Joyce.
Jack Conley is there.
And I believe Marianne Capello has stepped into the...
Wonderful day here. Come on out and see the parade. It's really a lovely day. People are lined up and down the streets of Somerville.
And Grace Abruzio and Helen Corrigan, who are two of our aldermen at large in Somerville. And just behind them, we have Marion Capello, Joe Macaluso. Vinnie Ciampa, who is also one of our aldermen, has also joined the crowd.
Good, thanks. 1, 2, 3, happy birthday.
Oh, and here comes our honoree, Isabel Cheney. Isabel was a retired school teacher from the city of Somerville. She's also our local historian. And oh, what a beautiful cart she's in, decorated with flowers from Howard the florist. Oh, how wonderful.
And it looks like she's dressed in traditional historical garb, which looks wonderful.
Oh, what a wonderful, wonderful shot.
Coming up, we have Patricia Jalen, who is one of our elected officials, marching along with various of her supporters. Everybody looks exceptionally happy to be out here today. It's great that the weather held up for us.
Absolutely. Lots of balloons, Allison, and children. It's really a wonderful day.
This is a joint production between City Cable 16 and Somerville Community Access Television, and we will be rebroadcasting portions of this parade throughout the next few weeks, either on Channel 16, the Government Access Channel, or on SCAT, which is Channel 3. So if you miss any portions of this, we encourage you to watch that again.
Coming by us now, Allison, is the New Liberty Jazz Band, riding an old fire truck.
Don't they look wonderful? Coming up, we have honoree Annie L. Johnson. She's driving past us in a lovely white convertible, waving to the crowd. Very, very impressive woman. She did a lot of work with the blind in the community and has been very instrumental at Somerville Hospital in various volunteer capacities.
In front of the Holland Street location where SCAT is telecasting this wonderful parade, and we're going to see the 150th float coming down the street. We haven't seen it yet, but it's on its way. I understand, Allison, this float has been shrouded in secrecy.
Yes, there's been much anticipation, and no one really knows exactly what it's going to be, so I'm anxious to see it. I'm sure that it will reflect the hard work and the historical significance of the past 8 months. It should be quite impressive. I think we should probably have a special nod to John Sullivan, Sandy Dumas, who have done a lot of work.
Really, for the tremendous job they have done on this whole parade.
The 150th float seems to be approaching with much fanfare. Coming up, we have two very special honorees, Lou Ann David and Mary Louise Daly. They were instrumental in ensuring that Clarendon Hill Towers remained affordable housing, and it was a very long, involved process, and they certainly should be hailed because Clarendon Hill Towers represents roughly 20% of the city's affordable housing stock, so they certainly deserve to be honored today.
Absolutely, Allison. And here... As it's coming down the street is the Happy Birthday 150th Anniversary Float, brought to you by the Celebration Committee. And what a float it is, mounted on a flatbed, very long flatbed trailer. In the front of the float are members of the Somerville High School band playing Wave High Your Gilded Banners. And behind that is a huge 150th birthday cake.
Certainly looks wonderful, very festive.
What a terrific float.
Hey, Paul, you get first prize. Bob.
Just see you. Take care.
And here we have the Somerville
Olympics.
And it's sponsored by...
the Somerville Youth Program, I believe?
Somerville Youth Program is here now. And Automotive Transport Service is sponsoring, and the Kiwanis, the special float.
And I'll tell you, these kids are something else. If you've never gone to the Somerville Special Olympics, you are missing something that is just does your heart good.
Yes, on the Somerville Special Olympics, it began in 1981, and it offers athletic competition to developmentally disabled children and adults in Somerville. These events include softball, golf. We're very proud that they're here with us today. There will be the 12th annual Special Olympic events will take place on September 26th at 1 o'clock at Somerville High School Field House, and we're looking for volunteers, and if you want to get involved, please call 625-6600.
Okay, and look at these dragons they have with them.
And we have the Street Talking Van, which is the Mayor's Youth Program van. It goes out into the community and offers information to our young people on the streets and counseling services. That program is headed up by Kathleen Tobin, who does a great job with all of her support staff. Next we have the Kiwanis, Pat, and
nice.
A beautiful birthday cake.
Great job. Great job, Somerville
150th.
Kiwanis.
Here comes the Somerville Olympics.
Hey, somebody's gonna tell me when someone's gonna walk in.
Which is being also joined by the youth program float. This particular float is sponsored by the Kiwanis International and is really such a wonderful, colorful float. For all of you who are at home, come on out and see what a wonderful parade this is. It's really terrific. People are lined the streets from Highland Ave all the way down to Holland Ave. You really shouldn't miss this parade.
I'd also like to just take a moment to thank the fundraising committee for the 150th celebration, because they did a tremendous job, and all of the money that was used to support this parade, as well as all of the other 150th functions, was private money. No city money was used. All of it is in the form of donations. Many local businesses have donated services, have donated their time, have donated vehicles, and looks like we have another birthday cake coming down the road.
Well, that's definitely the theme of the 150th,
Yes.
Allison, a birthday cake. And it really does feel like a birthday party. The streets are just lined with people clapping and waving. What a wonderful event.
Everybody looks very happy, very festive.
We have so many good organizations in the city, Tony. We're very, very fortunate to have so many organizations who are out there doing good things for people.
Next we have coming up, Pat, is the Somerville Council on Aging float, and I know you have the names of some of the people on that float. Perhaps we can mention them.
Here we are. We have Eunice Olson, Dorothy Eady, Barbara Smith, Rose Earl, Gladys DeMoore, Ellen Curran, Ed Riley, Claire Campbell, Rita Capuano, the mayor's mother, Alice Maestri, Millie Fay, Viola Herbert, Anna Sadowski, Mary LeBlanc, Frances Croy, Helen Russell, Ann Driscoll, Ruth Lovelace, Kay Dempsey, and Gladys Hickey. And they are on the old roller coaster from Revere Beach. If you can remember that many years ago, I certainly remember taking lots of fun rides on that piece of equipment.
Absolutely, and I think, Pat, it's also worth noting that today is Grandparents' Day for all the people
Happy
out there.
Grandparents' Day, ladies.
All of you grandparents out there, hello.
Great. Good to see you.
Thank you for being
Throw me
with
some
us.
Candy.
They're hitting
you,
our
Millie.
cameraman,
Thank you,
and I
Alice.
think it'll be the first time camera's ever had candy thrown at it.
These are some of the most active senior citizens in this city. They do so much, and they are just wonderful. Have a wonderful day.
And Janine Weston is heading up the Council on Aging, who does a tremendous job. We now have also followed by the Somerville Community, Somerville Cambridge Medford Transportation Company, who provides local transportation services for our elderly, based out of the Somerville Community Council on Aging program. That Somerville Community, Somerville Cambridge Medford Transportation is headed up by John Long.
That's right.
We know.
Number 10 and skip 5. We're going to go right to number 10 and skip 5. You got it? We'll probably go right through number...
Where do we go? Don't swear, they're taking your picture. I know it. Are we all going? Yeah, you can stay in there.
We've just finished the first division, and we're about to enter the second division. Pat, who's sponsoring the second division in this parade?
It's sponsored by the Bank of Boston and the Winter Hill Federal Savings. And some more of those involved organizations here in Somerville, and we thank them for their participation in today's event.
And here they come right now. We have honoree Richard Ameralt, who is the U.S. commander of the USS Constitution. We had a chance earlier to speak to him, and quite an impressive military display here.
It is, all Ironsides. And if you've never visited that ship, boy, you're certainly missing a great experience.
And these must be the pikemen that I was wondering about.
Yeah, there they are. They got pikes. Impressive, very impressive. U.S. Navy Color Guard.
And I think we'll let the folks listen to the music.
Division 2 is passing us by right now, sponsored by the Bank of Boston and Winter Hill Federal Savings Bank.
Coming down is honoree Richard Ameralt, commander of the USS Constitution, our first honoree in Division 2. Somerville had a very important role in military history in the U.S. As all of you know who studied Somerville history, either in school or read about it. Passing us now is the United States Navy USS Constitution Old Ironsides Guard. The military division also features the 14th Continental Army, which is based at Fort Devens. Hundreds of guardsmen and women, as well as the ceremonial unit of color guards and horses, will also march. I understand that one of the horses from President Lyndon B. Johnson's funeral will trod the parade route today as well,
Well, that's certainly interesting. Let's take a moment and listen to the band approaching us.
Passing us now are the Ancient and Honorable Artillery Company from Massachusetts.
You got Joe Benoit in there.
I believe we have coming up the 14th Continental Army.
Oh, they looking good, huh?
Displaying various uniforms from different periods in the military history.
We got some heavy equipment here.
Heavy, it looks like it's a bazooka mount on a personnel carrier. Hopefully they won't point it towards us, Pat, and blast away.
That was a quick story. I got out of the elevator at the second floor in City Hall to go to the mayor's office, and there's this man in full military uniform with a rifle up, and I said, oh my God, this better cool. It's in the...
We now have the Sheriff's Department on motorcycles.
Yeah, they put on a pretty good display. Hopefully the camera would be able to pick that up.
That's John B. McGonigal, Sheriff. Middlesex County Sheriff's Department.
Massachusetts Army National Guard 726 Finance Support Unit appears to be passing us right now, advertising free tuition at Mass State colleges for all Air Force members.
There we go. We were just missing the banner. That's it.
This is Division 3, Veteran, sponsored by Central Cooperative Bank. And we are going to start off Division 3.
There we go. The Gold Star Mothers.
And we have in the Rolls Royce, we have Charlie Seebeck, who is the World War I veteran, who is an honoree in today's parade. Coming up. We have
WBT Florist.
WBT Florist. Here is honoree Charles Sebeck. Honorees of the Women's Army Corps Veterans Association from World War II. The WACs were disbanded in 1976 when women were allowed entry into the military. And we have next the president of the Somerville Allied Veterans Council. We have next coming up, Pat, is the George Dilboy Auxiliary Junior Girls Unit. And
get some good music.
I believe coming up with this is the Boston Firemen's Band, and they've been in several parades in Somerville throughout the years, and they're always an impressive group.
Always. They're one of the ones you always look for. Here they go. They're going to play for us. Let's listen.
Coming down the street in front of us now are Division 3 veterans, sponsored by the Central Cooperative Bank. Leading Division 3 are the Gold Star Mothers of Somerville.
All of their vehicles are colorfully decked out with balloons. For the parade route today, the parade started at City Hall, passed down Highland Avenue to Davis Square, is now passing down Holland Street, and once it reaches Teele Square, will turn onto Broadway, where it will end at Clarendon Hill. So if you haven't had a chance to watch the beginning, you might want to head down to the end. Everyone is having a great time today. The crowd has thickened as the minutes have passed by. And
Children of all ages are out, Allison. It's really wonderful to see. I haven't seen a parade this wonderful in years.
Everybody has a balloon. The 4 members of the Women's Army Corps who join us are the 4 Somerville women who are still active in the organization. Claire Gregg, Marie Greeley, Gail Sordovic, and Elsie LaFrance. They are Somerville's representatives to the Bay State Chapter 14 Women's Army Corps Veterans Association. And this particular association is the only WACS chapter in New England.
Happy birthday, Somerville!
The Dilboy Auxiliary Junior Girls Unit is approaching us now.
What looks to be a very long white limousine.
Yes.
Joe, get out of the way, Joe.
Somerville has had a number of women who have been instrumental in U.S. history, Allison, including the wars. Missy Leand was a SHS graduate of class of 1917, and she was secretary to FDR from 1920 to 1941. For those of you who are interested in Somerville history, and especially Somerville trivia, you should plan to stop by the Somerville Museum, which is located on the corner of Westwood Road and Central Street. The museum is open Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays.
The museum actually did a wonderful job with their 150th exhibition, which I was able to see a few months ago, and it really puts you in tune to what a part of history Somerville really is, way back from the Revolutionary War. You tend not to think about those things.
Now we're going to go back and listen to the bands as they approach our viewing stand.
we have Pat, the Somerville Allied Veterans Council. Includes American Legion Post 388, Color Guard, state champions, 1975. Pat, I'd have to assume that pretty soon Regina and Allison are going to be picking up the first division coming up Holland Street. And I would like to just remind our viewers that we will be switching to our Holland Street booth off and on during the parade so that you can pick up the parade as it comes up Holland Street. I think it'll be a very interesting perspective. We will be trying to provide you with information as it occurs here at the start of the parade where all the changes seem to be occurring.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll get them in writing by the time they get up that far, and they'll be able to identify the groups a little better than we've been able to.
Coming up is Mickey Curtin, who was in this parade. Mickey is the local administrator of the Veterans Office in Somerville, and certainly willing to help with any questions that anyone may have.
That's post 19, I believe, and now we have the Logan post coming up.
And we have the United States Veterans Vietnam era. They always receive and deserve a very strong round of applause, like all veterans.
Freedom is not free.
But I got tickets.
Freedom is not free. Story, doesn't it?
In action veterans who are still believed to be in captivity in Southeast Asia.
If I could just step aside from the solemn moment and take a moment to thank Post 19 and Dillboy Post, who are providing the refreshments and food for all of the veterans and military groups today. That's quite an undertaking, and we appreciate what they're doing for us.
Especially in light of their busy schedule this weekend. We understand, Pat, that they've had other functions, but as usual, they've come out for us and have done a tremendous job.
Okay.
Again, they're providing all food for the veterans groups. We have quite a few people to feed and provide refreshment to, so it's quite an undertaking, and we thank them. And the 150th committee thanks them, and the people of Somerville do.
Yeah, they're inside. We'll get them.
Michael's
on three.
No, you have to sit down. Ashley, you know what I should do? After wave high. Wave high. Are you going to wave high to the man?
Ma'am, stay there, okay? Because Nana wants to see you.
I'll get you back now.
Hey, happy birthday, Somerville.
Happy birthday, Somerville. Would you like some water, honey? Anybody want water now?
Pat,
Division 4.
I think Division 4, which will probably be one of the big highlights of this parade, is about to get going. That is going to start off with the Shriners, and it's important that we remind people that this division is sponsored by Ames Safety Envelope, a company which has given a great deal of support to this 150th. Bob Arnold and the crew down there. And I know that the committee has, like with all other organizations in the city, will try to call your attention to their participation, but there's been so many, I know that we would be doing a disservice if we thought we could even mention all of them. But we'll do the best we can, and again, it's been a community-wide effort.
It certainly has, and now my only concern is that our cameras can get into a position to pick up the Shriners as they'll be coming out of School Street rather than up Highland Avenue.
Yeah.
And
Good to see you again, Congressman.
Careful, we don't want to lose you.
Well, today's a great day for Somerville, Congressman. It's a day of celebration. It's celebrating our past and our present. What's going on in Washington that's going to affect our future?
I think the greatest thing that could be going on in Washington is getting rid of George Bush myself. You know, obviously this is a city that is takes great pride in its community spirit, and the fact that all the neighborhoods come together at a parade like this is just, I think, a demonstration of the kind of community support there is here. And I'm delighted to come and spend some time today and hopefully get a great parade on a terrific afternoon.
It certainly is a terrific afternoon. I know the people out there are looking forward to, you know, all the different civic groups that have been in here. It's been a parade that has tied together local church groups, and you mentioned that you see that as a key part of our community. What is, when you think of Somerville, is that something that you associate with civic groups and things of that nature?
I think Somerville, probably more than any city or town in the 8th Congressional District, has always had such a tremendous sense of its own community, and that people take such great pride in coming from Somerville. So many generations have lived here year after year, and I think that the sense of community, sense of what it means to be a neighbor is stronger here than almost any other place, and it's really what holds the city together.
Yeah, we couldn't agree with you more, Joe, and we think today, especially as a sign of that, we're really happy to have you here participating with us here.
Great to be here.
And then I had one personal question to ask. What is it like to really work with Kathy O'Day?
Kathy O'Day, one of the great, listen, come on over here.
She happens to be my next door neighbor.
from the city, and somebody has helped me out from my first day in public office, and I'm a great friend and a great person. Send her back.
Okay, we'll keep her.
Right.
Thanks so much for stopping by, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much.
Take care now.
Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Congressman Joe Kennedy in the 8th Congressional District. Congressman is going to be entering the parade, and we still have as you can, hopefully our cameras can point out to you, are Shriners units that are still forming on Highland Ave.
Say hi. Say hi to the man. Right there, Joe. Right there. Right there. Dance. Dance.
Happy birthday, Somerville.
The following program is being cablecast to you by SCAT, Somerville's public access station, and the Somerville Office of Communications. Celebrating 150 years, Beyond the Neck, Somerville, Massachusetts. With your parade hosts from Holland Street, Allison Mills and Regina Pisa. And down at City Hall, we have Patricia Berg and Anthony Ciccarello. Hello, we're back.
Hey, how you doing? How are you?
Oh, wait, girls. On the other side over here. That's a big sign.
Hello, we're back. I'm Allison Mills from the Office of Communications with Regina Pisa, who is the president of the Somerville Museum, And Division 4 has begun to pass us by, sponsored by AIM Safety Envelope. We have a few clowns coming down the road right now, shaking hands with all the children, delighting everyone. And here we have various clowns passing by, delighting the audience on bicycles and
the clowns and on bicycles were from the Shriners. As many of you know, the Shriners have spent a lot of time and effort putting together the Shriners Burn Center in Boston for children. Robert L. Pan, a potentate of the Shriners, is also joining us today in the parade.
Again, if you haven't been able to join us yet, you should just come outside and watch the parade from the sidelines because we have a great crowd and it's a beautiful day. The Shriners have certainly put on quite a display for us today here in Somerville as they continue down the street.
I understand that their division takes up 8 city blocks. Wow.
Here we have another band. Fantastic display.
Other division of the Shriners Band passes us with their wonderful music.
We have some parade participants marching by us now in traditional military garb from the past. More individuals from Shriners. The 150th Celebration Committee sort of views this parade as the culmination of this anniversary year, but there are certainly many more activities that they have planned for the remaining few months of 1992. And actually on December 31st they're planning a laser show, so you should watch the Somerville Journal and City Cable 16 for information on that, because I'm sure it will be a wonderful experience.
I understand they're going to be calling it last night.
Yes.
Distinguish it from first night.
Right.
Look at the people. He doesn't know who he is. Red job.
Would like to give a special thank you to Medford Community Cable for the use of their van, without which we would not be able to come live from Holland Street, and they've been a big help. Coming up, we have the Karen Barry Irish American Club, pipes and drums, very colorful display.
Joining us from Malden, Mass.
It looks like we have a leprechaun approaching us, too. Certainly couldn't have asked for a better day.
Leprechaun brought to us by the Malden Irish American Association.
What a great float.
You know, Allison, people have said, well, gee, Somerville is a city. Why are we honoring their separation as a town? Well, in fact, Somerville didn't become a city until 1872, a full 30 years later.
Coming up, we have U.S. Representative Joseph Kennedy and some of his supporters carrying a banner and some signs. He is also up for re-election this year. And actually, speaking of re-elections, we would encourage all of you to go out on Tuesday and vote in the primary. And if you're not able to vote in the primary, then at least make an effort. Register and vote in the final election. The whole 150th anniversary celebration, which includes much more than just this parade, is entirely a volunteer effort, and the committee has done a tremendous job over the past 8 months organizing and planning many activities. This is probably one of the biggest ones to date. And we would encourage anyone who's interested in joining the 150th committee for the remainder of the anniversary year to call the mayor's office, because we can always use volunteers.
Now we're going to break down to Susan for an interview.
It's a fantastic day. What a great parade we've had, too. Wonderful, wonderful deal. Thank you very much. Nice to meet you.
Well, Joe Kennedy is traveling down the street towards Teele Square and onto Clarendon Hill.
As you can tell, this parade is moving very quickly. It's very hard to have it stop for any point in time. Alice, I understand that in this parade there's also a Ford Edsel that was manufactured at the Ford Motor Assembly Plant, which is now Assembly Mall. Is that true? Yeah.
Elks have been great support of the 150th. I know that the committee has gone to them for help and assistance with various functions that occurred actually before today. Fundraising efforts, and like so many other community groups, the Elks and others, they have come forward and helped us out. The 150th is the result of not only the committee's work, but it's a community-wide effort. It's everyone pulling together to bring this day about, and I don't think we can say enough about that. And, it's a lot of excitement. Division 5 has just started, ladies and gentlemen. It's sponsored by Worldly Wings and Alabrandi's Barber Shop. The Somerville High School trade float is about to approach. And
I've
again,
been looking forward to this one, Tony. I've heard some good things about it. They certainly do a good job at that trade school.
absolutely, a lot of work has gone into this, and we have to remember that this is just the beginning of the school year, and they came back and they got this all together for the parade in about a week's time. A lot of credit, and I'm sure a lot of planning went into this over the summer. So we thank them for their participation. We're very proud of our students.
Good job, kids. Good job. We have a couple of clowns. I think they're part of the trade school too, are they?
They might be.
And here comes the
Somerville Hospital, long-standing community organization that has done so much for this community over the years.
And as you can see, plenty of local Somerville residents marching in that.
Yes, doctors,
again,
nurses.
It's a community hospital involved in Somerville, and plenty of Somerville people are employed there.
I think this is the division that's the most fun, Pat. Don't you?
I think so too. Here
And
comes
boy,
the
we have
clowns throwing some candy.
And we have a float that's it's coming apart on us here, but I think it's on purpose. They're opening it up, and it's the Wishing Somerville, the Gift of Health, as I can read it. Very impressive. Brady Construction has provided transportation for that float, and they're passing out candies and souvenirs. We urge all Somerville residents to come on out to the parade. The time is approximately 3:10, and the parade will be ongoing. Division 5 is just starting here at Somerville City Hall.
And we hope waving to all the doctors and nurses
absolutely.
on the
There's Rita Stefanelli, a former classmate, class of '73, Somerville High School. We have a lot of people from the class of '73 here. Very proud of that.
Yeah, you do, huh? Don't you, Tony?
Yeah, there's
Even
a
our
bunch of us all
co-host.
around. Yeah. And our co-host, Regina Pisa, class of '73. We have all doctors here and various people associated with the Somerville Hospital. We thank them for their participation in today's parade. And this must be the stroller division, Pat.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I see quite a few strollers here. All these young boys and girls having a chance to participate in Somerville's 150th.
This is great.
We have coming up next is a float sponsored by the Conwell, Cummings, East Somerville Community School, Healy School. I guess it's an all-school float, I guess we can say.
This is the elementary school float, I believe, was the correct label, but they listed all the individual names. It looks very interesting, too, doesn't it? What have we got? We've got a little old-fashioned schoolhouse with a bell.
Yeah, it's a
Early
beautiful
Somerville
float.
resident Mary Sawyer Taylor of Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Well,
Tony, you were talking about
yes,
that
I
earlier.
was. I'd asked Regina, but I guess we don't have a hookup in which they can hear us at Holland Street. But I had asked Regina who was the individual after whom the poem Mary Had a Little Lamb was given and named, and it was Mary Sawyer, whose home was actually the Elks Club now. And again, there's another state float, PTA float. We have people from our PTA, outstanding organization. I'm proud to say we're both former members,
right.
active members of it. They do an awful lot for the community, and we're very proud of them.
And proud to have been part of them and still are.
Absolutely.
Hey, Tony, how are you, you son of a gun? How you doing? Geez, you look good, God bless you. Huh? What a country I discovered for you. The best country in the world. Let's hear it for America. Come on. Come on. God bless America. Come on. God bless America. Happy birthday.
Where's your guys' car?
Approaching us now is Division 5, sponsored by Worldly Wings, Al Brandy's Barbershop. Division 5 is comprised of all the community groups. Over 70 community groups are participating in Division 5. And as they join us, one of the wonderful strengths of Somerville as it is in 1992 is its tremendous diversity. And I think in this particular division, we're going to see the wonderful diversity that provides one of the strengths of this city. Joe Kennedy caused a lot of excitement at this parade. He stopped on either side of the street, was shaking hands. I think made a point of really getting to know the crowd. And I forget to thank all of them, but among them is the Sweetheart Cup Company, which has donated cups and paper goods and all sorts of things to the celebration of the 150th anniversary. I understand that the Very Fine Company also has donated sodas and soft drinks. Very Fine was founded in Somerville, Allison.
Yes, Very Fine was founded in Somerville, and they made a rather large donation of different types of juices, some of which was used at the senior picnic, which was also part of our 150th anniversary celebration. And the fundraising committee actually had a tremendous response from the business community. That was led by Paul Train, who's the director of communications. And they were very successful.
Toward us now are the Girl Scouts. We have at least 4 different divisions of Girl Scouts here in Somerville involved in this parade. You know, the first Girl Scout cookies, Susan, were made in Somerville. A fact that for many years the Girl Scout cookies actually carried on the sides of all their boxes.
That's interesting. Something that I didn't even learn about until today. Interesting bit of trivia that sort of ties the present to the past.
The first Girl Scout troop was organized in Somerville in 1914. That first Girl Scout troop was organized by Mrs. Florence Berry.
Okay, with us we have Tony Ciccarello and Pat Berg, who are our City Hall hosts for the parade. Welcome.
Thanks.
Good to be here.
Yes, it's a beautiful day for a parade. How did things go on your end today?
We thought it went very well. Some of the groups didn't go off in exactly the same order as our list did, but it made it for fun. We had a lot of fun. We saw a lot of people we knew. We tried to. It was just a real fun thing. The enthusiasm was still there, even after some of them had to stand in the sun for an hour or so, waiting, for their division to go through. But everybody just seemed to be having a great time. How's it been going at this end?
It's been going pretty well. It's going by actually much faster than I had imagined it would. Everyone seems very excited.
Yeah, it's been, I know that it's a great day for Somerville, Regina and Allison. We've had a great time up at the corner of Highland and School Street seeing the parade start off, but I think you have the best advantage here. You get to see the parade in full formation, and it's been really exciting to watch, as we've seen on the monitor, the parade approaching the Old Western Junior High. And Regina and Allison done a great job, and we're very happy to be part of the team.
Well, Tony, I expect Dr. Horn and Mr. Mackey to walk out of the building right now and tell us we're late for class.
Yeah, that or Mrs. Reynolds to come out and correct us on our grammar. This is the Powderhouse Community School, Regina, and it's right behind the Old Western Junior High School here, and it's been great to see the amount of effort that these school children have put in, really in a relatively short period of time. They've only had 1 week since they've been back to put this all together, and it's quite impressive. But it seems to have picked up rather nicely, and this is the group that's getting the greatest amount of applause. It's the local community groups. Very impressive to see everyone out.
My goodness. Passing through us is the Powderhouse Community School. Clowns and ballerinas. Oh my goodness, doing cartwheels too.
Acrobatic ballerinas. Some of the little clowns are going out into the audience.
have next coming up is the Ethnic Arts Center of Somerville, and boy, their costumes are absolutely beautiful. It's the native costumes, I would assume, of the various groups and people who now live in Somerville and their heritage. Quite impressive.
Yes, we certainly do have a good mix of different ethnic backgrounds in this city, and we can learn so much from each other and enjoy each other's culture. And I think, you know, we're very lucky to have that here in Somerville.
It's Somerville's tradition. It's what makes Somerville what it is.
That's right.
We now have the group for Count on Me. This has been a very large campaign in Somerville, headed up by the Mayor's Office of Human Services, Ralph Hergert,
There
and
is
a host
Ralph,
of others.
too,
There's Ralph
with his
Hergert.
lovely wife, Leslie.
Yes,
Hello,
and we're
Ralph.
waving to
Hello,
Ralph
Leslie.
now.
Oh, pass me a button. I am a member of this organization. And here comes Ralph Hergert
Thank
giving
you,
us
Ralph.
our
Here
count
you
on.
go. God bless
There's room for us all. Good to see you.
And you can see there's a lot of excitement. Some of these participants have been waiting for 3 hours, Pat, to have their say in the parade and have their start. Have to give them a lot of credit. That's great. We should get on a float and leave. Right, it's one.
Where can we see this tape?
Brian! There he is. Say hi to this Brian. Hi, Brian!
Yo!
Coming past us now is the float from the Greek Orthodox Community Church of Somerville. Greek Orthodox Church just celebrated one of its anniversaries recently, too.
Very impressive float. Everyone is costumed appropriately, passing out candy to the crowd.
Peter.
Hey. Allison and Regina, I think, coming up the road. Christopher Columbus.
Passing by us now is the Visiting Nurse Association of Eastern Massachusetts, bringing healthcare home since 1906. And here coming is Christopher Columbus in a replica of the Santa Maria.
What a country, huh? Best country in the world. I discovered this beautiful country for you beautiful people. Thank you. God bless America. How you doing up there? Great. Okay.
By Sal Pinzoni of Waltham, Massachusetts.
And also Pets Towing and Auto Body of Somerville.
Coming to us now is Somerville Lodge of Elks.
Somerville Little League approaching, and perhaps
Regina and Allison, I can speak of this group. I happen to know them all very well. My son, Gabriel Ciccarello, is on the city champs, Dell's Appliance, 16-0, Major League champs of the city, only one defeat throughout the season. And there's Paul Savage and Nikki Almeida and coaches done a tremendous job, as well as the minor league champs. And we congratulate them all. It's a great organization.
Well, earlier, Tony, we made a list of all the famous Somerville athletes, and I think among that group there are probably a few more.
Absolutely. I think we got some stars in the making. Somerset Savings Bank with the Miners and Dante Club are out there. Tremendous.
Hello up there. Comes the Somerville Vocational Ed Program van, followed by a float. And the float displays some of the trades that are learned at our trade school.
And we actually had a great turnout from the many schools in the community, which was
back in session a week.
right. They've done a great job.
And here comes the float from the Somerville Hospital. Somerville Hospital celebrated its 100th birthday this year as well. This is 1992 is certainly a year of anniversaries and birthdays. This year, also Nurse Colleague of the Year was Tita Boyajian, who has provided compassion to Somerville residents for many years.
Somerville Hospital School of Nursing is also approaching.
Approaching us now is a float by the elementary PTA. The elementary schools have created a float entitled, "What do you do during and after school?"
And I see they have a little mention of Mary Sawyer Tyler and Mary Had a Little Lamb, which we had discussed earlier. The Westbrook Fife and Drum is approaching.
Now is the Somerville Journal contingent. Somerville Journal just did a special 150th supplement to their to the paper last week, which is filled with summaries of Somerville history as well as Somerville trivia.
They were very supportive.
Approaching us now is a contingent from the Ethnic Arts Center of Somerville, dressed in colorful garb, representing countries all over the world.
Can you tell us what the Count on Me organization is all about?
This is a product of the Mayor's Task Force on Racism and Violence, and what we want to do is enable everybody to know that everybody has a place to be in Somerville. We wear buttons that say things like respect diversity, and we have a pledge that we want people to take where people will say, you can count on me to do the right thing. Here, I have it in here. This pledge campaign is something for everybody in the city to do.
That's great, doing a great job. Thank you.
We have St. Catherine's of Somerville, the St. Catherine's Color Guard.
St. Catherine celebrated its 75th anniversary last year.
Another anniversary.
Absolutely. We seem to be having them in our city.
We should have done a parade collaboration.
The Somerville Museum celebrates its 95th birthday this year. So
wow.
It's definitely a year of birthdays and anniversaries. Now approaching is the Somerville Rotary Club.
It looks like they're accompanied by Batman and Catwoman.
We're here with Batman and Catwoman doing their part to stop crime in Somerville. You having a nice time?
Oh, an excellent time. It's a wonderful parade, and it's a beautiful day for it.
I agree. Happy birthday for Somerville.
What was that?
Happy 150th, Somerville.
150 Somerville.
Enjoy the parade.
The crowd is just wonderful. It's a perfect day and a perfect outcome. Part of Somerville Youth Hockey approaching, passing by, waving to the crowd. Perhaps someone in their midst will be a part of Somerville sports history.
I guess I should have guessed it, Allison, that coming now is the Somerville Assembly of Rainbow Girls. And they certainly are colorful, looking like a rainbow of color.
And following that, we have the College Ave United Methodist Church with a collection of...
Now coming toward us is the Winter Hill Baptist Church with a wonderful recreation of a wedding in the 1800s. What a happy event. We've seen a lot of birthdays today, Allison. This is our first wedding.
I know, true.
Also coming toward us is Dan Hurley, who's
Dan is running
for the Governor's Council, I believe.
Yep.
Now we're going to break down to Susan Barnett.
We're here with Governor's Council Dan Hurley. Enjoying the parade today?
Oh, it's just terrific. What a day, what weather, it's just great.
Great turnout. How's the walk?
Turnout, really. The walk has been good, too.
Oh, and here we have Somerville Pop Warner. Says, happy 150th birthday. Go Packers.
Looks like everybody from the football team came out to join us today.
Absolutely. Now down to Susan for another interview.
Tell us about the Pop Warner in Somerville.
Well, it's a program for boys and girls, ages 7 to 14. There's 250 children in it this year, and we won our first 3 games this morning.
That's excellent. Great. Thanks for joining the parade. You guys look like you're having a good time.
Thank you very much. We are. Thank you.
Approaching us now with the Lexington Minutemen in full historic garb.
Of course, everyone remembers Lexington and Concord in terms of the Revolutionary War, and we have a lot of Revolutionary War history here in Somerville, as we mentioned earlier.
Although there's not time to talk about it here today, we welcome you to come down to the Somerville Museum and to read about it.
Yes. Is this an alligator or a crocodile? What do you think?
I'm not sure, but I don't think it matters today.
That's an unwanted car.
Passing us now is the American Cancer Society. American Cancer Society is starting a program where you can donate old cars, which will be put to research for American cancer, fighting cancer in this country.
Here we have Jody's School of Dance approaching with their float It's a Small World, and they've done an excellent job recreating that sentiment.
For those of you who've been to Disneyland, you'll see a similar exhibit at Disneyland.
And some of the participants from the Jody School of Dance are demonstrating for us as they walk down the street.
That for me, huh?
Somerville Community Access. Television float is passing us. SCAT is the public access channel in Somerville on Channel 3. Channel 16 is the governmental access channel, City Cable 16.
Hold on. We're here with Abby Friedman, and Abby, you're a moving TV.
That's right, a television. That's right.
And that's what Somerville Cable is all about, Somerville Community Access Television.
That's right, Somerville Community Access Television.
You having fun today?
Yes, I want everybody who has seen me on TV to come on down and get on TV themselves.
All right.
Come on down to SCAT.
Okay, great. And we're also here with Tom Campo.
Thank you.
Tom.
What's up out there?
Famous Tom Campo from the Somerville Dance Party.
Yeah.
You having a good time today?
Excellent time.
All
nice
right.
crowd, nice weather. We got a lot to be thankful for. See you on the Somerville Dance Party.
Happy birthday, Somerville. All
right.
Thank you. Hi.
Passing us now is a float from the Somerville Arts Council. Cecily Miller is its director. Somerville, for those of you who may not be aware of this, has the highest number of artists per capita than any city in the country.
That's an interesting fact.
Something we're very proud of.
Somerville YMCA is passing us with their float. Many kids who are part of the YMCA organization are on the float waving to the crowd as it passes by.
Are the Somerville Players.
And they're certainly in a festive mood today as they walked along the parade route.
The Somerville Players have just returned to the local stage after a 10-year absence, and we're certainly glad they did. They certainly seem to be getting into the spirit of things here.
And they're getting a lot of attention from the crowd today.
Community theater at its best. The Chieftains Drum and Bugle Corps from Lawrence, Massachusetts, in wonderful black and gold costumes.
That was State Senate candidate Sal Albana, who just passed us. A lot of children on stilts walking past us.
I can't imagine traveling 2.5 miles on stilts, Allison. I don't know about you.
I can't imagine traveling 2.5 miles on foot, let alone on stilts. From the open air circus theater.
And they look quite comfortable on there.
Yes.
Stilts?
Yeah.
How's it feel?
Firing.
Oh, you're the top?
Yeah. Well, there's somebody else. But he's adult.
You guys having a good time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good job.
Coming toward us now is the Valvoline oil truck. Following Serve, Somerville Environmental Recycling. Well, over the sounds of all these horns and motors and trucks passing by, we'd like to wrap up here at the Holland Street side of SCAT. I'd like to thank everyone who helped participate in this tremendous effort today, especially SCAT and the workers at SCAT who put this together, as well as the people in the mayor's office.
This joint production between City Cable 16 and Somerville Community Access Television will be rebroadcast, so watch the Somerville Journal for times for that. Would like to thank the 150th Anniversary Committee, who did a tremendous job, which was was headed in large part by Mayor Michael Capuano, who also deserves thanks today.
It was a wonderful day. Tony, maybe you'd like to thank some of the people who who worked on the parade committee.
Absolutely. You know, John L. Sullivan, Sandy Dumas, Mayor's office. There's so many people it'd be impossible to name them all. I think everyone in the community was involved. The DPW keeping the streets the way they are. We're seeing people go by here, Mary Antonelli and all the wonderful people in the city departments who helped make this day what it is. I'm working with everyone here. I enjoyed working with the people from SCAT and cable TV. My co-host Pat Berg, it was wonderful working with you. I'd like to wish Somerville a very happy birthday. I love this city. It's what I've always wanted, and today's a hell of a day to celebrate. We had a great time. Pat?
I'd just like to echo Tony's words. It's really been a great time for all of us. I totally enjoyed myself. I love a parade, and I really like this one probably more than any other one I've ever gone to. Thanks to all the people who worked so hard. Thanks to you guys. You were real fun to work with. Tony, a pleasure. And I'd love to do it again sometime. Maybe 50 years from now, huh?
I think the four of us should have... I think the four of us should send this tape to, Macy's, and maybe we can get into the Thanksgiving Day parade and really do a bang-up job for them.
I think so, too.
We'll have to bring the 150th anniversary float with us, though.
Absolutely. That was a tremendous piece, wasn't it?
Yes, it really was.
Support city cable and public access. That's all for now.
Somerville from Medford Community Cablevision, an organization happy to bring you coverage of Somerville's 150th parade. Our technical facility is one of the finest in the business, and we're very proud of it. So happy birthday, and we'll see you in another 150 years.
Happy birthday, Somerville. Hi, I'm Chris Donovan. I was one of the producers here for the Somerville 150th anniversary parade. So just lots of thanks to all the people out there who helped make it a great day. Thanks to Medford Community Cablevision for bringing their van down, some of the people from Medford Community Cablevision. So just thank you to everyone that helped out in the crew. There's lots of names, and hopefully we'll roll them at the end of the show. Thank you very much for Somerville Community Access Television.
Hot dog bags? Hot dog roll bags? We're just all over.
Okay. We're here with John Alibrandi from Worldly Wings, and is that where all this food came from?
Well, actually, most of it was prepared and done by Worldly Wings and its employees, and we've donated a lot of the food, but a lot was helped out by the Kiwanis Club. Different groups. There's a banner over there that tells different groups. Papagino's come in and did the soda. The Rotary Club. We've had a lot of different people come in and donate rolls and chips.
Big community effort, right?
It's hard to remember everybody because we had such help, But really, things are really working out well. We had a great day. I don't know what Mike Capuano did to get for the weather here, but
really,
we have some splendid weather.
Right.
So,
and this is for all the people that participated and the families of those that participated.
Anybody who wanted to, we did about 1,500 hamburgers, 1,500 hot dogs.
All right, John.
My name's John Duddy. It's been a great day in Somerville for a great parade for 150th. Happy birthday, Somerville.
Hi, I'm Nancy Davis from Somerville. Happy birthday.
Hi, I'm Donna Alibrandi from Somerville. Happy 150th birthday.
Hi, I'm Tina, and this is Vanessa. And happy birthday to Somerville. Happy birthday, 150th.
Happy birthday, Somerville. I enjoyed the parade.
Now, everybody loves John. John is one of the guys that everybody likes because he's always going to smile, he's always going to wisecrack. But I got to tell you, today, at the beginning of the parade, was one of the funniest scenes I ever saw in my life. For those of you who were at the beginning, did you see John with the bullhorn? I saw him today, I tell you, I couldn't stop laughing. He had the bullhorn in front of 3 little kids about 3 feet away, yelling at him, "All you kids get out of this area, come on." He looked up to him like God Almighty had spoken. And John, he wasn't kidding. He wasn't kidding. Get out of here. It was absolutely hilarious. And I heard that after that event, he became calm, cool, and collected. Yeah. And so only in soft. You left by then. Smooth tones to all people. But I tell you again, I mean it. Every single event I've ever seen had one person at the middle. John was at the middle, and I know he had a lot of good help because if he didn't, it wouldn't have happened. I want to thank each and every one of you on behalf of the city and all the citizens. I want to thank John in particular because he was at the middle of it.
John, you're great. We love you up here, too. Guys, I'm running for mayor.
We're here at the Elks Hall on Highland Ave in Somerville at the wrap-up party for our 150th anniversary celebration parade. It's been quite a day, simply a grand success. I'm here with two people who are key in the success of this parade, John L. Sullivan and Sandy Dumas, and we're going to have them share their thoughts with us at the end of this long and hard day. Sandy, the day was a success. What are your thoughts on it? Did you enjoy it? And certainly, what about the work that went into it?
Of course I enjoyed myself, Tony. We had a great turnout. We had a great response from the cable stations, from all the businesses in the city. Huge crowd to watch the parade. We all had a good time.
It was a success. It was a success. It's not over, though. We've still got to clean up behind the scenes. The mayor's office is a mess. We think that the success was because of all the people involved, the community, the businesses, and everybody, DPW, you know, not to name them all, but everybody was there. And it just showed the true colors of Somerville, being just a united group of people getting out to, one, see a bunch of nice people, see the people that live in the city. And, you know, not only the spectators saw the parade saw the spectators. So that was really important. And it was all Somerville. It's our first time running a parade such as this size, and I wish it wouldn't be my last. If we were so great, we could do one next week, but we don't have the money.
It certainly was a success. If you're going to think of this day in the future, and there's one memory, I'd like to ask each of you, what is that memory going to be?
My feet.
The true colors of Somerville, and that's it. I mean, everybody was there, old, young, all different backgrounds, ethnic backgrounds, in the parade and outside of the parade, and everybody was happy. It was a flawless day. There were no problems, no trouble. That's all I'll remember.
Couldn't have asked for a better day.
Yeah.
Couldn't have asked for a better day.
And I'd say happy birthday,
Happy
and it's
birthday,
not
Somerville.
over yet. We've still got the end of the year to worry
Yeah,
about.
watch for the advertisement on last night's celebrations on City Hall Concourse.
Of course, we're going to hire a company to do this one.
And of course, we're wrapping it up here. We'd like to say thank you to Somerville Community Access Television, Channel 3, Cable Channel 16, and Medford Cable for their help and cooperation in helping us bring today's parade to everyone who was not able to come out on the streets and view it. Again, welcome to our 150th anniversary. It's still going on and will be till the end of the year. Thank you for being with us. We appreciate your support.
We love you all. Happy birthday. Thank you.